Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Shalise. So you're not going to see my face in today's video. Actually, you're not going to see my face in Thursday's video either. I have a busy week. I'm packing up orders for the books, the planners. So thank you so much to all of you for your support. Before I move on, I'm not a financial advisor or fiduciary. I am on this channel, my channel, documenting my family of five's journey to financial freedom, and I talk about our investing journey. So again, you want to make sure you don't blindly follow me. Don't blindly follow me. You do your research, you take your golden nuggets from my videos, and you get started, okay? But yes, I'm using this week to pack up planners. They ship out actually on December 16th. This is my website right here. Thank you all for selling out the first 3 batches of inventory. Like, I have to constantly call the printer and say, hey, I need to order more books. And they're like, oh my goodness, you're selling out? Yeah. So this is just a little update. So if you want to be a part of this final year shipment, I am shipping the 4 batches out Monday, December 30th. Okay. They are being shipped priority mail. So the first 3 batches, again, thank you guys so much for your support. It's an entire planner. I will have the link to the full flip through below, but it's over 130 pages, a bunch of trackers, etc. And I give you 3 spreadsheets with it. So retirement, dividends, stocks, all of that good stuff. You get to track all of that. And it's over $150 value. I could sell all this a la carte on my website, but I wanted to make sure that, you guys had it, I would think at a decent price, considering all the work I put into this. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. I just wanted to give that update. Like, the last batch, the 4th batch, is in stock, but that won't be shipped until the 30th. If you want to get yours, you order in before the end of the year, this is the best time to do that, especially with Christmas and New Year's coming, okay? But back to this. So if you watch my previous video, I talked about our 2025, like financial, money, net worth, dividend, investing goals. If you did not see that video, it's the one right before this one. So after this one, just go back and watch it. And that way you can kind of see what we're thinking about for 2025, some of the strategy behind what we're thinking about, and that'll give you some context for this video, okay? And if you're new to the channel, just scroll back, check out my playlist. That way you can kind of get some, you can get brought up to speed in terms of my husband and I's investing and financial freedom journey, okay? And also beware of spammers and fake pages. You guys know I have to say that, but when in doubt, always send me email. I will not try to sell you crypto or offer to trade for you and all that other craziness, okay? So let's come down so we can just have a recap from the last video. My husband and I plan to save and invest $105,000 next year. Yes, that's a lot of money, but yes, we have a high savings rate. Some people prioritize ordering stuff off of Amazon or going out to eat or having new and fancy cars. We don't. I drive a 2012 Honda minivan. My husband drives a car. My daughter drives a car. We really try to aim to keep our expenses low so that we can invest and save a lot. And this is just what we do. Side hustles, day jobs. We have 3 rentals, all of that type of stuff. We just save and invest most of what we make. And then we plan to use high yield savings accounts, the 401k, the Roths, the HSA. So those are givens. Those are givens when you hear me talk about investing, okay? But today I'm going to be talking more on the taxable brokerage side versus like the 401k, the Roths, the HSA. That is like literally 97% funds of some sort, target date funds, FXAIX, and Fidelity, like just some type of fund, okay? So like I said, again, the remaining will be in taxable brokerages. This is for early retirement. If you do not know, I turned 40 back in September, so go Virgos. And we're talking about a 2-year horizon, hopefully less, but we need income to live off of, not a 401k or anything like that, because we're still young. And so we want to, well, in the eyes of the government, we're still young. And we don't want to access a 401k now and then have nothing for the future. So we try to be very, very strategic with our goals. So, like I mentioned in the thumbnail, 5 ETFs for 2025. These 5 ETFs will focus on growth and dividend income. Some will be for just growth. Some will be for dividend income. You will see that in just a second, actually. So I'm going to share with you 2 ETFs that we want to focus on for 2025 for growth, on the growth side, not necessarily a dividend. So I've talked about VTI in the past. I did a VTI update video. It had to have been last week. just scroll back again, you'll see it in the thumbnail, but I shared how much our position was. I think it was like $83,000 or something like that. I believe it was 275 shares. So we really want, to make sure we continue to build our shares. If you do not know, VTI is our foundational position. It's the set it and forget it. It's the one that we want in our portfolio. And again, it's not like SCHD. SCHD is our favorite dividend ETF. There's a difference between the dividend ETF and a total stock market ETF. So this is why research and understanding what you're investing in is so important, because you don't want to mix up ETFs and the purposes for them. And then you find your portfolio all over the place, right? So again, VTI is the Vanguard total stock market. It is covering the whole market. You get small cap, you get large cap, you get a variety of sectors, whereas SCHD doesn't really have a whole lot of tech. VTI, I think the top holdings are like Apple, Microsoft, Google, something like that. And so I like the diversity among VTI. It's almost 4,000 companies, whereas SCHD I think is 104, 105 or something like that. Let me see if I can find that website to bring it up. Oh yeah. This is it right here. So I may have to expand my screen, but you can see it right here. So you can see like SCHD is kind of cut off, but you guys can see. You can see like the top holdings is like Cisco Systems, Home Depot, Bristol Myers, BlackRock, Chevron, Verizon, etc. But look at VTI. It's Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google. So again, they're two great ETFs, but for specific, like, different reasons. And so that is what my husband and I focus on. So this is one for next year, and this one, I'm just moving my thing up. This is the other one for growth for next year. Okay, so SCHG, this is one of the newer ones, and we're trying to just slowly build our shares up in this. I shared this position in our last video as well, so check it out. But this one is nice because this tracks the Dow Jones U.S. large cap growth. So again, we wanted some more growth in our Robinhood portfolio, because it is built for dividend income, but growth is never a bad thing. And it just gives us more access to like the large cap U.S. companies and tech and healthcare, consumer services, etc. Okay, and I think it has a decent expense ratio and is good for tracking. Okay, so this is just, again, these two, VTI and SCHG, for growth for 2025. And I do have an honorable mention. SPLG, this is our honorable mention growth ETF. The reason why this is not going to be a focus for 2025 is because we're almost at our share size goal. So stay tuned for that update. But I didn't want to put it as a focus if we're almost done with our goal for it, right? We're going to pause once we get our share size and move on to something else. But I really have been enjoying SPLG. We've been investing in it since last December, so about a year it took us. And again, it's just nice, especially if you're a dividend investor, to have some growth somewhere. You want to make sure that your portfolios are growing in addition to any dividend income that you may be getting on the side, if that makes sense. So coming down to 3 ETFs for dividends. Okay, so I just shared 2 ETFs for growth for 2025. That was VTI and I'm mixing it up. It was VTI and SCHG. Okay, those are the 2 we're focused on for next year, with the honorable mention of SPLG. For 2025, in terms of dividend ETF, so VYM, we started investing in this earlier this year. So we really want to get to our first 25-30 shares. And so just focusing on building it up. This is great for focusing on high dividend yields, but responsibly. We don't want to just chase yields and the companies aren't growing. So I like that this is a fund. So this is a fund managed by Vanguard, and I think the fund managers did a great job of picking companies that are safe, that are resilient against volatility, and have low expense ratios as well. So VYM is one ETF, dividend ETF. The next one is SPYI. Again, we've been investing in this one for a little while now. This focuses on covered call strategy. So this is the closest you will ever see me get to investing in any type of options or anything like that. This is a fund. There are professionals behind this that take care of this, and I can go and live my life versus being, attached to a screen and trying to figure it out. I just prefer to do it this way. Again, this is just our strategy. our journey, our money, our portfolio. You can do whatever is best for you. But again, I learned the hard way of just sticking with a strategy that works, and just that's it. Build up my shares and move on. But I also like that SPYI focuses on downside protection. So when I do my investment portfolio update, you will see screenshots of this particular account position as well. So stay tuned for that. But again, I like that it pays every month. The dividends are consistent. They often increase their distributions, and it's just a nice way for cash flow. Again, this is great for if you are approaching retirement or in retirement. So not financial advice, but if you're nowhere near retirement, you just want to make sure that you focus more on the growth side. But we're close to our retirement goals, so this is why we're trying to build our positions up here. And then coming down to the third dividend ETF is DGRO. We have about 105, 110 shares in this, but I really would like to get us to at least 150 in 2025. No promises. This is our portfolio, so we're just, things could change, but this is what we're thinking about. Hopefully with reinvesting the dividend and just making our normal contributions, and the market does what it's supposed to do, we can do that. But I really do like DGRO a lot. We've been investing in it for a while, have not had any complaints about it, but I love that it focuses on dividend growth. So, companies that are constantly growing as well as paying a dividend, and has a track record of increasing them over time. Okay. I love that it has a variety of sectors in it as well. So not just tech. Tech is great, but it's not the only good sector. So I really like the balance of stability and the opportunity for capital appreciation. That's important. So those are the three, DGRO, SPYI, and VYM. But I do have an honorable mention, and that is SCHD. So we have SCHD in our interactive brokers. I think the last update I did was 1,700 shares. We're probably going to pause on that position. I told you guys I wanted to get to 2,000 shares, but we also want to get to 100 shares of NVIDIA, and I think we're going to lean towards that. I know a lot of you were saying the same thing, like definitely go towards the NVIDIA, because we already have over 50,000 in SCHD already, which is great. It's our favorite dividend ETF, but I really do like NVIDIA, and we're at 70 or 75 shares, so we're almost at 100. So I think we're going to pause SCHD in terms of getting to 2,000 shares in interactive brokers for the first quarter. We're still going to be doing our $10 SCHD weekly investment. That's auto. I actually shared an update in my last video, and I will share it in my community post. That's still going on. That will not stop. But in terms of our bigger position and getting to 2,000 shares, I think I'm going to pause that for the first quarter and focus on the other, positions that we shared, because like I mentioned, we already have over 50K in SCHD, so that's a pretty penny. I'm not even gonna lie, that's a pretty penny. But it is our favorite dividend ETF, and it works well with VTI, which is our favorite foundational ETF. It works well with some of the other ones that I mentioned in today's video. So I just wanted to come on here and just share with you guys 5 ETFs we're focused on for next year. I shared 2 growth, and I share 3 dividends, and I share 2 honorable mentions. But yeah, let me know what you guys are focused on for next year. Like, give me one ETF, whether it's growth or dividend focus. Which one are you focused on for next year? Again, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Smash notification bell so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And until next time, y'all already know, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good week. Bye-bye.